how many of us are afraid of the past? You sit down here and you are shaking because of what happened in the past. If you are, please put up your hand. How many of us are sometimes afraid of the future? I have encouraging news. The beauty about the future is that we are alive and we can make change for the future, which means that if you look at the future today and you say, I don't want the future to look like what I'm afraid of, you can actually change it. Which means that in the future of design for Africa, every single one of us in here can make a change. The world of design is ever evolving constantly, embracing new trends, techniques, and design philosophies as we stand at the cusp of a new era, like I spoke about, the era of African being the next frontier. It is fascinating to explore the future of design and the exciting possibilities that are ahead of us. Design is different for every single person. You know, something makes me tick when it comes to design. Anything education, I'm always like, okay, how do we do? You know, what can we do to help the next people coming up? Just because of my experience. So when you find that thing, you hold on to it and you just keep learning, and you know, you give yourself a push to say, okay, I want to learn more. But what I want to challenge us with today is the African design landscape. And I have some questions, which is why I said you should bring out your pens and your papers. I'm going to ask those questions, and I'm actually going to give us time to write what we're thinking in our heads. Let's create a designed future. The first question is, where do you sit in the African design ecosystem? And I want us to think about it. It doesn't matter if you don't have to be CEO, madam, or guy, anything. Just where do you sit? Let's write it down, please. Think about it and write it down. Where do you sit in the African design ecosystem? The second question is, what have you done in the past to affect tomorrow's design ecosystem? Nobody has to know what you've done. A lot of things I do, people don't know. People don't have to know, but you know in your mind that, okay, I did this and I think it has made a difference in the ecosystem of design. It may make a difference in your little village. It may make a difference in Abuja as a whole, in Nigeria, in Africa. But if it's made a difference in one place, just like a drop of water in a pool, it does make a difference. What have you done in the past to affect tomorrow's design ecosystem? And the last question is, envision our design future, we as Africans. Just close your eyes and imagine what it looks like. Some of us may have been to design capitals of the world. I went to Milan the other day. They were doing Shakara for me. You know, we've been to different places and we've seen, or we've watched it on television, seen it on the internet. What do you think the African design landscape looks like for our future? And part of this question is, what can we do to get there? What you see in your eyes, you have to imagine, what can I do to get there? What can we do as a collective to get there? What can IDAN do to get there? What can all of us in this room as a people do to get there? My name is Osaru Alile, and I am the future of design in Africa.